So, story is there, story is a big part, and we know that, just the experience of timelines yesterday, that we'll put a seed out there, we have no idea what's going to take hold, what's going to happen from then on. It's just a set of seeds. You might prompt a child to study something, you might get it wrong and they say, no, I'm not interested, but it's very likely if you're an engaging storyteller, and you must be an engaging storyteller, then that child will find something. Would you agree with all of that? I remember early last week that there was some reticence around storytelling. Is that still there? Are people still feeling uncomfortable about the idea of storytelling?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, or are you moving forward, or where are we at?
No, when you ask me now, I don't have a problem at all. But as soon as I come to do it, I just have some sort of panic attack.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So how can I get you to the point where you're just spilling stories all the time?
I think it's more you make us do it on the spot, and I don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need time to process it and
Okay.
like work it in my head before.
So it's not
Do
going to
it.
happen like that in the classroom?
Mm.
You're not going to
No,
say,
but there doesn't feel quite the judgment in the
And if it's one-on-one, like
Yeah.
I'm quite happy to take one of you aside and
Yeah.
tell a story, but as soon as I've got to get up in front of everyone on the
Yeah.
spot, when you say do this now, with everyone watching, for some
Yeah,
reason
I
it's too
can't
much.
do one-on-one either. Could I, JJ?
well, how do I solve this? Because being a Montessori teacher, the big part is observation. The next big part is telling stories. You're
Yeah.
linking the child to the environment. That's what we do.
It's different doing it to kids than doing it to people like this.
Okay. Yes, and you will need to do it to people like this, because that's part of being a teacher is often communicating with adults as well. I'm just trying to work out how to, instead of saying this is a bridge, this is a river, it's too hard to cross, I've got to say we need some bridges, guys. We need to know how to get across. If it's a challenge, let's work out, while I'm here, what can I offer you? That's really what I'm asking.
Hypnosis. I don't, because
I
I
don't
do, like I say, you know, I sit and I talk and I can vocalise and I'm absolutely fine. Second I tried to read, it was better today, that was fine, because it was more, slightly more than that. But I don't know, just something that goes.
So let's work on it not
That's
go,
difficult.
is what I'm saying. When I come visit you this time round, I will be expecting, obviously, to see you in full flight. Now, you don't have to artificially create full flight, because I'm there. You don't say, oh, Stephen's coming, I'm going to prepare this. But if there came a situation like a child says to you, why do bees have hairy bottoms? Bam, you've got to be ready to go then and there, and that's the deal.
What if you don't know the answers?
Let's find out.
Yeah, there's a lot to know in between then and now, is what I'm saying. So, yeah, the assignments are there to structure you. This is where that conversation started, right? The assignments are there to structure you so that you know what the benefits are to yourself and to the students. You know why it's a useful format, and you really identify with it really positively. That's the purpose, and I'm just saying, if I'm failing in that purpose, fine, I'll do something different, but tell me what else you want me to do. Do you want more opportunity to tell stories to each other? We've only got today and tomorrow. That's it, and then you're on practicum. That's why I'm starting to think, how can I help?
I actually don't even know. I mean, I used to hate telling stories, and now I have no problem with it at all. Like, I could happily, it doesn't faze me. But I don't know what changed it. It just kind of did. I can't actually, I'm trying to pinpoint it so that I could try and say it, but I can't think of what.
When did you hate them? How long ago does that change happen?
I think over this year it's changed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So, on my, last year's practicum, I would hate doing it even then. This practicum that we just did, I've got better at it, and now I don't think I'd have a problem with it at all.
Do you agree with me when I say that stories are a really important
Oh,
part
yeah,
of a Montessori
absolutely.
teacher?
Yeah.
You need to be able to do
Yeah,
this.
I had
do that
the
as
experience with some of the boys were doing. They started looking up bombs, and then we got into the story of Hiroshima and all that kind of
genetic.
stuff, and genetic mutations and things like that. It just happens all the time. And sometimes the thing is you're not always going to just get one person come up to you. All of a sudden a group might turn around and they might want to know
Yeah.
about it too. So it's. Yeah.
Did it feel natural to you when I showed about left and right politics? Did that feel like a natural segue? Was that a story?
Yes.
That's what I'm after. Is that an unrealistic expectation?
No, I do that in class. I don't have a problem
With-
with that in class.
I just get stressed about holding all the information in there and not losing it. There's so much, but I feel like I haven't got the best memory in that sense. I think that's why I struggle telling stories. I don't have. I almost get, I don't know, like blocks with the information or like,
I think that's, I know you dislike the great stories, but, the one I'm looking at, the one about the universe, there are like experiments. So, in your mind, okay, so I need to do this first experiment. This experiment's going to tell me this and this and this, or it's going to show the children this and this. So you can have like little keys that you use to tell the story.
yeah.
Are people thinking that telling a story is reciting a story?
No.
Am I asking you to memorise 300 words? No, not at all. It doesn't feel like that to me. I'm asking you to tell the story for 15 minutes.
15 minutes is quite a long time.
Mm.
You have to have that subject knowledge, and you have to have learned it. So
It's true.
you do have to have learned some of it. I understand what you're saying, so we can ad lib and go off piece as long as you know your subject knowledge.
Yep. There's
Then-
no,
then
there's
you'll
no
go
other way
there.
around it. You
Yeah.
have to know your stuff, and
Yeah.
I've said that all the way through. You've got to.
Yeah.
If you're not good, get good. That's what I've said.
Mm.
So, I did Timeline of Life the other day. Okay, so was that a story? Was that acceptable as a sort of a story? Was that a presentation? Could that work?
There's lots of little stories with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, well, open your mind. We're about to do a whole lot. Yay! Yay, 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 yay. So you're talking about the God Who Has No Hands, which is the first story, and it uses the first 6 cosmological charts. Some people, including the Montessori, call it God Who Has No Hands, but you can call it creation or the beginning of the universe or whatever you want. Okay, and it's quite simple. I'm going to do the story without the experiments. You can choose to put the experiments in. The experiments are around hot and cold, and about the 3 states of matter, and around viscosity. I put pour oil and pour water on an inclined tray and see which moves faster. Boil a kettle and see what happens to water as it gets hotter in terms of the steam.
I'm not doing exactly that, but that's sort of the direction I'm leading in.
Ask the audience to hold a block of ice. Well, you give them all one piece of ice at the beginning of the story, and then 15 minutes later, none of them have their ice. Come on, where's your ice, guys? And they can feel the change. So there's a whole lot of sensations that go through. Some people get carried away with the
It's
big...
very distracting.
It is.
Sorry.
What?
The whistle.
Is
Coming
the
through,
windows
making a
open?
whistle.
It's not, is it?
No, sorry.
Is it?
Just that pitch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just imagine it's a guy with that all the time. Very nice.
Thank you.
That was distracting me for so long, and I was sure that the windows were.
Yeah, so.
I was sure that the windows were closed.
Has it stopped?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. God, it's
So
frustrating.
you understand how a flute works now. So not air going through, the air going across a pipe which sets up a vibration, which is different to how like a recorder works, where it's the air going through that sets up the vibration. But flute, the air goes across. Anyone play the flute? Why don't you bring it in tomorrow? Oh, your mum plays the flute. Why don't we do da-da-da-da-da? See, from that one statement, we've got the rest of the
Yeah, but
curriculum.
it's the fact that you know it and you just put it out there.
You know how
all
flute
that
works.
stuff.
Not the sideways, but well, I mean, obviously because it's
You
moving
blow it
side.
sideways.
But not at the
You blow it over.
They don't have holes all the way down through it, so
Yeah.
they can't go in and out because the holes aren't there. But then when you press there are button things you press and which go down so the air moves around it.
You know.
And I just got that from what you said about the air moving through. And I know about flutes because my sister used to play. And you hold it like this and you push the buttons down. And it makes sense that if the air goes around it, it's changing the pathway that the air is going through.
Okay. All good?
Yeah, you're so smart.
I'm telling you, it's only practice. I'm telling you, the more stories you offer in every part of your language, the better at it you are. Full stop. It's got nothing to do with A, intelligence, or B, knowledge, or anything else.